Readers, today we are going to start a new book series called Pinky and Rex. They're about these two good friends, Pinky and Rex. Okay, a book series has books about the same character in different stories. So this is the first book, Pinky and Rex, and then they also have so many more about the same characters. Okay, so we're going to read the first one today and get to learn about the characters and their story. Okay, this book has chapters. So when we read a book with chapters, we need to make sure after we finish reading a chapter, we check and think about what is most important that happened in that chapter. That's called accumulating the chapters, so that when we get to the end of this longer book, we'll know exactly what happened, all the important parts. Okay, so first, before we read, we do our preview. We look at the cover. There's a giant T-Rex right here, dinosaur exhibit. Looks like they might be going to the museum. So we have the blurb here on the front cover, or the front sleeve, the jacket. It says, Pinky has 27 stuffed animals, and Rex has 27 dinosaurs. They have everything the same, and that's the way it should be with best friends. So what do they do when there's only one pink dinosaur in the museum gift shop? They both want it. And they both want it? Could Pinky's pesky little sister Amanda have the answer? So we already know that there's a problem in here, and they have all these stuffed animals and dinosaurs, and there's going to be one in the gift shop. That tells us so much about the story already. Okay? Pinky and Rex. All right. Table of contents. We're going to read the first two chapters today. Okay? Pinky and Rex get dressed. Too many animals at the museum. Amanda to the rescue. Ooh, that gives us a clue on how the problem will be solved here. Okay. All right. Chapter 1. Pinky and Rex get dressed. Wake up, Pinky. Pinky's eyes popped open. His little sister Amanda was jumping up and down on his bed. Wake up! Wake up! She cried. Oh, I'm awake, said Pinky. Stop jumping on my bed. We're going to the museum, Amanda shouted. She did not stop jumping. We're going to see the dinosaurs. Hurry up, Pinky. Get dressed. Pinky got out of bed and ran to the window. Rex, he called out. Rex, he called again. Hi, Pinky, Rex called back from a window in the house across the street. I can't decide what to wear to the museum today. Should I wear my Tyrannosaurus t-shirt or my Stegosaurus sweatshirt? Wear your Tyrannosaurus t-shirt, Pinky shouted. It's too hot for a sweatshirt. What do you think I should wear? My shirt with pink and white stripes or my shirt with pink and blue checks? Check is like a checkerboard. That's why they call it checks. I like the shirt with pink and blue checks, said Rex. It's my favorite. So already too, when I read this, it's a little confusing who's who, but I remember that Pinky has a little sister Amanda, so this must be Pinky and this must be Rex. She has the dinosaur clothes, right? Okay, so mine too, Pinky said. He had never thought that the shirt with pink and blue checks was his favorite, but now that he knew it was Rex's favorite, it was his too. See you later, Pinky shouted. See you later, shouted Rex. What should I wear to the museum today? Amanda asked her brother. Who cares, said Pinky, and he went to brush his teeth. So after reading this chapter, we learned a ton of stuff already, and I chose what's most important to the story to write down on a post-it right here. So chapter 1, if I were to retell this to somebody, I would say this. Pinky and Rex got dressed to get ready for their trip to the museum. Okay? I wouldn't choose something small like, oh, Pinky is wearing a checkered shirt. Okay? Because I think them both getting dressed and getting ready to go to the museum is what's most important when I retell the story. All right, chapter 2. So your job today is pay attention to what's going to happen in chapter 2. And at the end of chapter 2, you're going to write something down like I did, like 1 or 2 sentences about what is most important. So pay attention. Chapter 2, Too Many Animals. When he came back, Amanda was counting his stuffed animals. You have too many of these things, she said. You should give me some. You say that every morning, said Pinky. Besides, they're not things. They're my animals. But you should, Amanda insisted. I have only 13 animals, and you have 27. When did you learn to count that high? Pinky asked. Because he knew that she was right. He did have 27 animals. And every morning after he had gotten dressed and after Amanda had told him he had too many animals, he said goodbye to them, each and every one. He said goodbye to his frog. He said goodbye to his bear. He said goodbye to his kangaroo. He said goodbye to his elephant, his giraffe, his 3 cats, his 4 dogs, his 5 rabbits, his alligator, his lion, and his tiger. He said goodbye to his monkey. So many stuffed animals. He said goodbye to his mouse and his moose and his mole. Some animals he hugged because they were little and needed to be hugged. Some he patted because they didn't care to be hugged first thing in the morning. And some, like his spider and his porcupine, he didn't touch at all because they didn't care to be hugged ever. He always saved his pig for last, Pretzel, named for his curly tail, was special. He had been given to Pinky when he was a baby, and Pinky loved him best. Wow, he really loves these stuffed animals, huh? So in her room, in the house across the street, Rex said goodbye to her friends too. She had some bears and cats and even a pig, but she didn't love them best. Her special friends were her dinosaurs. She knew all their names and how to spell them, even pterodactyl. The P is silent here. In fact, Rex knew just about everything you might think there is to know about dinosaurs, and she loved them all, each and every one. After she had eaten her breakfast, Rex ran outside across the street to Pinky's house. Pinky has 27 animals, Amanda told her when she came to the door. I counted. Really? Rex said. I have 27 dinosaurs. That's too many, Amanda said. You should give me some. Let's go, Pinky's father shouted, and everyone ran to the car. Amanda climbed into the front seat next to her father. Pinky and Rex got into the back seat. Does she have to go with us? Rex whispered. Pinky gave her a look and as if to say, what can I do? So they don't really want her coming along. Sometimes Pinky wished he knew or he was an only child like Rex. An only child means you don't have brothers or sisters. It was not easy having Amanda tag along on their friendship. He closed his eyes and hoped that Amanda would be gone when he opened them. But then he felt Rex's fingers tickling him. He tickled her back. Soon he forgot all about Amanda, who was busy in the front seat counting the number of bug spots on the windshield. I'm glad I have 27 dinosaurs and you have 27 animals, Rex told Pinky, when they stopped their tickling. That way, we have everything the same. Pinky nodded his head. We have to have everything the same, he said. We're best friends. Okay, that's the end of chapter 2. So think about what is the most important thing you learned or that you read in this part. You will write it down on a piece of paper or a Post-it, and then tell me what's the most important thing that happened. Use 1 or 2 sentences to write it down, and then that's what we will put here. Okay, next time we'll continue with chapter 3 and 4 and finish the book.